Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Watling Mills, I have one of the larger SCORE chapters in the country just outside my district. And in fact, I've got part of the county in my district, so I know the folks very well. And they're from the Camdenton, Missouri area, and they have a very, very large SCORE chapter, and they're very active. Know all those folks very well, but I just know for myself, everybody else on the committee here, what are the qualifications, or how do you become certified to be a volunteer, to be able to do the work of a SCORE volunteer?
To become a SCORE volunteer, we have a training process currently that is called a 5-step program that the people who come to be SCORE volunteers are people who have great business backgrounds, great business knowledge, and we help them learn to be able to counsel and use that knowledge better. One of the things, of course, we're hoping for is more funding, the same as everyone else is looking for, which would enable us to expand our training processes to make our very dedicated volunteers, to make them even better counselors, because as I say, they have the business knowledge. It's helping them to understand the counseling process.
Just to follow up, though, what qualifies them as a business person that has the kind of knowledge you're looking for? I mean, is it somebody who's just been in business a long time, or is it somebody who has an educational background in business as well, or somebody who's just been successful? Or, I mean, Joe the plumber, is he somebody that could be in your program?
Yes, because we have small businesses coming to us. As if a plumber needs to start up a business, he can certainly use the expertise of someone who ran a successful plumbing business. While in the past, SCORE was made up very largely of executives, it's more and more people like myself who run small businesses, who have that hands-on day-to-day experience and can hopefully prevent or help startups by keeping them from making some of the mistakes that I made or that other small entrepreneurs made in their startup process.
It's quite an interesting statistic. You said 5 times more likely to succeed if they've been mentored by a SCORE volunteer?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for your testimony today. Ms. Kilhofer.
Yes.
You discussed the need for and I guess your experience with long distance technology and how it can be helpful. What is the demand in your area for that, and what do you see on a statewide, nationwide basis? Or can you elaborate a little bit more on what your comments were a while ago?
Well, distance technology has become a platform for the presentation of a lot of the credit courses that the state system of higher education presents, and they have a reciprocal agreement between colleges, universities within the system, community colleges. The distance education is cost effective, whether it be online or through interactive television. In our area, in the beginning, people were very, very skeptical, but we've had acceptance of distance technology to the point where we now have a nurse practitioner in our area through distance technology presenting. She's the instructor to a course in the Masters of Family Nurse Practitioner program at Penn State main campus. So our clientele, our folks, have become much more accepting. The demand, the use of it, we see approximately 2,000 people go through our facility in a year's time, whether it be for credit courses, training on any subject, CEUs. We have had our distance technology used to conduct interviews, present deposition in legal cases, and so the use of the equipment itself has broadened. The topics that are covered through that method has broadened, and as we have the economic downturn and a whole gamut of new problems and a new population that's going to need to find, like Kurt in the story, new employment, there will be a need to provide the services of the Small Business Administration to our folks.
Do you find that it works better for certain business types versus others?
Most definitely. You're not going to get a technical education strictly online. You're not going to learn to adjust air conditioners or be a plumber. That will not work. But if you combine that classroom side of that type of education with work with existing plumbers, air conditioning folks who are in our region getting up there in years and will need to be replaced, then you have a chance to make that kind of training.
So quite
effective
probably
too.
even for some, practically everybody, there probably is some kinds of the educational process that can be utilized like that. Not necessarily all of it, but certain types of training can still be like that, even though the heating and air conditioning folks can't do the hands-on stuff. Very good.
Correct.
Thank you. Great testimony.
Thank you.
Dr. Rackley, that was great testimony with regards to the work that you do with the ladies' councils there. And just curious, do you have a lot of other statistics about other chapters around the country that are groups like yours that work, how successful they are and how many there are?
There are over 114 women's business centers in, I think it's 114, there are over 100. I guess 114 women's business centers in the United States. We all have similar programs. Our programs can be flexible according to the clientele, the region in which we live, in which we work, but we all have similar programs. We come from different kinds of organizations. I'm fortunate to be in an organization, REI, that has other resources to help us. So we are able to, we cover a lot of territory. We are rural. I travel out because technology's great, but many of our women are not where they have the technology available to them, or they want face-to-face, and so we're able to do that. But there are statistics on, I don't have them with me
That's fine.
right now.
Just
The only statistic I can quote is women-owned businesses are growing at twice the rate of all businesses nationwide. So women are out there starting businesses.
Fantastic, fantastic. You mentioned something there that you have outside funding. Do you partner with local public entities or private entities or both?
Rural Enterprises works with state and private entities, and we're part of that organization for our matching funds. But we do rely on that federal funds for our women's business center. It's very important for us to be able to have that funding for our women's business centers.
Very good, thank you.